Hey, Geminis. Welcome, or should I say welcome? I'm welcome back. Thank you for watching and staying tuned to my channel while I was gone on vacation. I really appreciate it. I greatly appreciate it. I needed the rest. I needed the recouping. And I have to say, I apologize. If you're watching my channel and you've watched it, I had said I was going to do some readings in Universal Studios or Disney World. I forgot my cards right here on the table, in a panic, getting to pack. So I didn't have any cards with me. But at the very end, believe it or not, which I was totally shocked, Disney World never does this, or Disney never does this, go to the psychic and all that kind of stuff. But my daughter, about the third day before going home, she says, Mom, look it, there's a psychic booth. And I'm like, you got to be kidding. Ah, that's a fausse. But then I could smell incense. And then I looked in and there's crystals and stuff. So I went in there to see, and there was a tarot reader in there. And she had some decks for sale. So I bought some, and then it began to pour and pour and pour for 2 days. So I think the divine was saying, no, just rest. And my daughter was saying, you just need to rest. And from all, because I also do leather work on top of it. So I'm doing all kinds of things between travel, leatherwork, and this is my hobby. It was just, I needed the rest. So I apologize, but thank you for allowing me to rest. All right. I am fueled and ready to go back. Today is the 12th, guys. I am happy to be doing your reading on the 12th. You guys are very lucky because I am sort of anal to bring the readings on the time that the week is. I love it. If I could do all your readings on the start of the week, I would, because the energies are there, they're fresh, they're new. We are getting at the very end of the new moon energy, so that energy of probably being really sensitive, emotional, on an emotional roller coaster should be going away today, tomorrow, that kind of a thing. So this, I'm really excited. So you guys are really lucky because there's only 3 signs I'm doing today, and they are on the energy. So I feel the energies of the day. I've already prayed and asked Divine for all the wisdom and who he wants to send through. So if you're brand new to my channel, I'm going to pull 3 oracles. Now, a lot of tarot readers say past, present, future as far as their oracles. I say divine, current, or present, and then future. But the future is more astrology. So I mix astrology, numerology, as you guys know. And that astrology, that future energy, actually is almost the same as the divines. Surprising. You'll watch and you'll see. But the thing is, the first card being the divines, for you new people, it's important because we're at that energy today. We're at the fresh start, 12th through the 18th. Today is the 12th. And the thing is that if you have a question, you're going through a problem, you're going through a struggle or something that's been really heavy on your heart, this divine card is the message for you. It's hopefully the answer or clarity that you need, because I've asked divine to pull that card of his own to help give some messages to you. So nobody ever does that. I don't know of another tarot reader that does do that, but my source is divine. And then if he wants to send the angels or whoever through, ancestors, could be my mom, whoever comes through, then he can do that. So that's why it's really important to make divine your source. Not the cards, but divine. All right, so let's get going. I'm so excited today. I have just got so many things happening today. It's crazy. All right, so let's see what we've got. Yes, I knew this was going to happen. And oh my God, again. These cards are sort of been happening all week. They're all week. So this is really important, I think, to whoever. There's a lot of questioning. I feel there's a lot of questioning, and that's why people come to tarot. So it's like, I got to try to find an answer to this, or I got to figure this out, or how am I going to do this? So right now, even with this new moon energy, as we go from the new moon to the full moon, we're now in abundance. We're now in pulling in. We're now in manifesting to us. When we go from the full moon to the new moon, we're in the waning. Now we're getting rid of stuff. But right now we're pulling energies in. So something is coming to a completion, because whenever there's a completion, there is a birth. There is something new coming in. And we have birth and rebirth. So whatever is happening in your life right now at this time, we also have to realize it's a little sketchy. It's a little unclear because the number 5 is like, it's not quite stable. So you just have to ask divine for more clarity, or confirm what it is that you're asking. You just need to say, I need you to confirm if this is the way that I'm supposed to go, if this is the person I'm supposed to be with, is this whatever it is this the job that I'm supposed to be in? This is a time to ask for confirmation from the second dimension, from divine, nobody else, because the angels, they're the messengers. They're in between. It's sort of like a ladder. They're in between. They're the messengers. They're going to go ask divine anyway. So why not directly go to divine? Okay, Spirit, Holy Spirit, God, however you want to call it. This is something new that's going to be happening. I don't know if it's already started to happen with you, but it is something, and he wants you to know this is something that it's going to feel uncomfortable at first, but if you ask for guidance from him, he's going to take you there, because it is a new thing. That's why. And here's the thing. I love this because the current energy is Earth Fairy. Earth Fairy has shown up a couple of times this week because it is about your grounding and your foundation and your physical health. I really think this is about your grounding and foundation more than your physical health. But if you're not taking care of your health, if you're not sleeping, and I could go into that, definitely you want to make sure that you're getting enough rest. Okay. But I want to focus in on this grounding and foundation because that's where he wants me to focus. And it's the number 9, which means pay attention to this. It's really time to really put this in the forefront. So your grounding and your foundation definitely is going together. So the grounding and foundation is going to help you with the decision that you make. Whatever this decision, whatever you're thinking about, I keep hearing, are they coming back? Are they coming back? Oh my goodness, this was a relationship thing. Are they coming back? I'm hearing that a lot, so I'm going to hold off on that. I will do a love reading if there isn't anything in the reading about love. I will do that at the end. However, I did a video. When you ask me, are they coming back? Watch that video, please. I did a video on that. When you ask me, are they coming back? I had to do a video because a lot of people ask me that. Are they going to come back? Are they thinking of me? Do they love me? Please watch that video. Just go to the playlist or just type in on my channel, are they coming back? It'll pop up. Please watch it. It's short. Future energy is death, and it's the number 10. This is all definitely towards your destiny, towards your purpose. Okay, so your destiny towards your purpose, something has to end. I told you that the future card, which is the universe and the energies, and the first card, which is divines, are very much alike. Because in order to have a birth or a rebirth, something new come up or new happen, there has to be an ending of something. So it's like having a baby. When you have a baby, you are getting rid of your singleness. You'll never be a single person again. You'll be a parent. Very different. So that singleness is going to pass away, and this new person, this new parent who has a responsibility is going to birth. And when that baby's born, life changes completely. Okay. And that's the same for a father. When you go from having, singlehood, now you're a dad, you're a parent, it changes. The whole responsibility changes. So just know that whenever something is coming new, which something is for you guys, or it is rebirthing, it's coming up again. And you're going to have to really pay attention to your founding. So if something is coming up again for you, which means it's coming back or there's a second opportunity for it, you really need to seek your grounding and your foundation. And that should be your integrity, your character, your morals, and your values. And they should be high, because you want to stay in a high standard of your identity, because that is going to allow this rebirth to be more of a spiritual realm. So a lot of the times when we get close to something, the adversary is on our heels because they don't want us to have it. And I say they because it would be, if if you want to talk biblically, there's Satan and all the demons that he has underneath him. But, or you could say low vibrations, low energies. They really want to suck that energy. Energy vampires suck that right out of you. And that's the thing, is when we get close to what we are supposed to have, there's going to be a distraction. There's going to be a decoy. There's going to be something to try to manipulate us and pull us off track. Okay, we don't want that to happen. We don't want that to happen. There's change definitely coming for somebody, definitely. However, with this current energy of grounding and foundation in the center, this is where you're going to have to really pay attention. This is new moon energy as well. New moon energy as well. Yeah, I figured you were going to come up somewhere. But the thing is, you really have to pay attention and listen to your intuition and ask divine for guidance, because your first card out is the moon. So when your first card out is the moon, or if it even showed up, which I knew it was going to, because some things are not going to seem, they're going to seem, the best way I can put it is a wolf in sheep's clothing. This has happened a lot this week in readings. So it's going to seem really good, but it is not. So it's manipulation. It is that adversary trying to come in and steal your reward, steal your blessings, steal your joy. But in all reality, the adversary isn't after your stuff. He's after your spirit. After your spirit. Well, good morning, or good afternoon, I guess we're in. Hi, Karen. Welcome, welcome. Oh, thank you. You know what? I usually come in earlier, but today I had to go to the doctor and I had to do a couple of things for work. So I popped on a little bit later. And so I'm really happy you're on, because this is really good energies, the 12th. And the 12th, I love doing readings right on the money that's why I like to do readings for people, even when they're going through something, because that energy is raw and fresh. So yes, good. I'm glad. So really be careful, because this is where your grounding and your intuition are going to pay attention. Now you got to be in without sounding too spiritual, if you do not have the Holy Spirit in you, if you do not believe in it, or you may believe and it's like, okay, I believe in it, but there's no walk in believing it, like reaching out a leap of faith, or really trusting that, that second dimension is really there, got your back, you may lose it. You may miss the whole thing. So you may think that the sheep is really a sheep, and it's not. It's actually a wolf in sheep's clothing. Am I making sense? Because what seems it is not. Does that make sense? So you got to be really careful this week. This, and what other sign was this way? You have to go back not only to your grounding, your foundation, but you got to go to your intuition. You got to go to that gut feeling. If it doesn't feel right, it isn't. If 2 and 2 are not adding up to 4, you better check it. Okay, because you got something good coming. And that's why I say that the adversary is right on your heels. They don't want you to have it. So be really mindful about the people that you bring into your life right now. Yeah, so we have the 2 of Wands. And the 2 of Wands is about thinking about the future. However, the 2 of Wands is about the number 2 as well. So this is, the number 2 is either bringing something together, usually a partnership or with something, or it's blowing it apart. So you got to be really mindful. And he's facing this moon. So somebody's going to come in and try to steal your thunder. Okay, stay with your high standards, stay with your integrity. Integrity. That's all I keep hearing. Integrity. If this is a dating kind of a thing, and their integrity is not where you want, but oh my gosh, they're so nice and they're, pretty, or they're hot, they're handsome. That's that wolf in sheep's clothing, guys. Pay attention to that gut feeling and that intuition. All right. Something's coming your way. I don't know what it is, but something does have to end to get that, to have that birth or rebirth. All right. So let's see what else we got going on here. So with this Two of Wands also, guys, oops, that is a future card. However, try to think in the now. Let the future be there for, just you have a goal, you have a thing, but don't focus on the goal. It's sort of like when like YouTubers, it's sort of hypothetical, but because I have to watch a lot of YouTube training, because I know nothing a lot about YouTube, they say if you're focused in on getting your subscriptions, then you're missing the whole point of what YouTube is about. Focus in on what you love to do, your passion, and the rest will come. The rest will follow. Whereas here, that's the whole thing is you don't want to focus in on way out there because you don't know what's going to happen. And the divine actually might throw a huge twist in all that. All right. So let's see what he else got going. Yep. Definitely. Oh. Definitely. Oh my gosh, you guys got something huge coming. Huge, huge, huge. There's a couple of things like I'm in on because you've got some huge, I don't know what this opportunity is, but we've got the Judgment card and we have the Seven of Cups. Now the Seven of Cups is about your desires. Again, remember I was talking about that distraction, that wolf in sheep's clothing. Okay, something is going to try to distract you from focusing in on really the reward that you want. Okay, there's so many distractions. You are going to have to put blinders on. And you're going to have to make the judgment call if you really need to pay attention to this noise outside you, or you're going to have to put your blinders on and say, I'm staying focused. I'm staying focused because I need to have that happen. Welcome, welcome, Silent. Oh, thank you so much. I appreciate it. And here's the thing, guys, Geminis, you know me, I'm very spiritual. I'm very, and my spirit is God. Okay. I call it God. You guys can call whatever yours. However, mine's God. This is where the intuition is. This is my concern. We've got the Hangman in reverse. And what that means is the Hangman needs to be upside down because he's paying attention to all the spiritual things, all the, what do you call that? Supernatural little tidbits that are trying to tell him. It's like a light bulb moment. It's like somebody saying something that you're like, oh, wow, I just thought of that yesterday. Or just little, what do you call it? Nudges saying, hey, pay attention. Somebody's missing that because they're not, the Hangman's in reverse. That's your intuition. That's your gut feeling. That's that little voice that maybe pops in a word, or somebody says something and you're like, oh, wow, or you ask divine for something. Like if you ask for confirmation and you say, if somebody could just say the word, love or something, I don't know, that's stupid and hypothetical, but if you can ask the divine that, what I need is a confirmation to hear, blah, blah, blah. And then somebody says, blah, blah, blah. That's what I'm talking about. Somebody's not paying attention to all those supernatural divine signs that you're getting. And this is what you're going to miss out on because it's going to change your world. Now, the Tower, to me, can be good or bad. This is a good one. This is a good one. I don't know what it is. You guys know what's going on in your life and what you would really like to happen and see. This is your time to really dig deep into your spiritual self and say, I got to listen to my intuition. I got to ask divine. I got to go there because something big is happening. Something big is happening. The reason why I know that is because your challenge card is the Hermit. This is a Virgo. This is analyzing. This is something that sort of Geminis skip over, the details and what you're really like, crossing the T's and dotting the I's. This is your challenge card to really pay attention to those little details. This is where your intuition, this is where your integrity, your character, your morals, and everything are going to take in place. Okay. This is going to be big. I don't know what this is for somebody. I'm trying so hard to listen to my gut. I feel something not good. And I'm in a quandary about it now. Maybe I'm overthinking. Yes, you could be very much overthinking. I think you're in your head too much. Yeah, the thing is, you're allowing the low vibrations in, Karen. You're allowing the low vibrations in, which stops your intuition of listening to divine. So you have to push those. No, it's not a bad feeling. No, it's not. Because then if it's not a good feeling, that is not of divine. Divine doesn't do that. So you really have to push that away, rebuke that, push it away, and you're in your head more than you are in your gut, in your spirit. So this is just something that you can train yourself to do. But you really have to rebuke those bad feelings, because that again is the low vibrations coming in, trying to manipulate, trying to get you to think in a low vibrational way. You have to say, nope, you need to go away. Not today. Like some people say, not today, Satan, not today. That's what you want to do, because you need to protect yourself from those low vibrational energies. All right. Yeah, your gut. I always say your gut, but your spirit. I mean, have you ever, have any of you, I would love to know, have any of you actually talked to your spirit and literally heard them talk to you? I would love to know that. I didn't ever do that for almost 50 some years. And the first time I did it, I was blown away. I felt fine. However, I was like, I wonder how my spirit feels. You really have to be in a quiet place, focused. You really have to be sort of in a meditative place. And I was like, and my spirit was crying, literally crying. And I'm like, why are you crying? Why are you so sad? And I was like, I'm fine. Of course, that's my head. But why are you crying? And from there, it was just like mind blowing. Are these upside down? Oh, okay. So we've got the Empress again in reverse. So, okay. Oh, thank you. I got to share two things. The Empress is about, nurturing and loving and caring and uplifting and, the mother kind of figure, always pushing and lifting and caring about. Somebody's not doing that. Somebody's more on the angry side, bitter side, more like chip on the shoulder, they said. Chip on the shoulder. That's a lot to do with fear. I don't know who that's for, but that's to do a lot with fear. And you're going to hold this rebirth or birth or this new thing that's supposed to be coming in. You have to trust in yourself and believe in yourself. And whatever that fear is, that needs to be worked through, that needs to be healed. So I don't know who that's for. The other message that I got was, unfortunately, I never like to say this, but I say what they share with me, is somebody went through a miscarriage. I don't know who that's for. That either they went through a miscarriage and they're pregnant again. That miscarriage was the death, and the new pregnancy is the birth. So I don't know who that's for. I've got goosebumps, and I'm really sorry if that was you or somebody that they lost a little one. But you know what happens with when we have a miscarriage and we get pregnant again, it's just that child coming back. It's the timing, divine's timing, that it wasn't ready. If you believe in reincarnation, which I won't go into that too much, I have a friend who really is a medium and talks about reincarnation a lot, because I grew up in a different way. But the thing is that in reincarnation, if you've lost a child, that same child comes back to you later when it's actually the right timing. So if somebody's had a miscarriage, that definitely would change. That definitely would change things. And if you're now pregnant, then definitely. And I hate to say this, but if you've had an abortion and then now you're pregnant again, it's that child from before that is coming back. Okay, because it was supposed to have been born. It was just the wrong timing. So I don't want to focus in on that, because it's not low vibrational. It's just sad. We have to, and there's grief in that, and we have to definitely allow ourselves to grieve, and there's no time for grieving. It's everybody's, that's individual. So but that's part of this, and this is in reverse because of that happening. All right, so let's see what else there is there. Yes, Karen, ask for confirmation. That's something you want to do all the time, and ask Spirit, ask Holy Spirit in yourself. Can you please give me confirmation? And also thank the Spirit for in advance. Say thank you for giving me the confirmation that I'm going to need to get clarity. That's all you have to do. Very easy, very simple. People that talk about praying and talk about meditating, they get into all these long, that's like some churches are like 6 hours, 8 hours all day, all that kind of, that's not what you need to do. That's not what you need to do. Silent, what haven't you done lately? Ask for confirmation. I will tell you, in all my spiritual time, I have asked for confirmation. He's given me an answer every time, an answer every single time. And it may not be the answer I like. Trust me, there's times. I really liked a guy one time. I really liked him, and I thought, but did you send him? Because I got a feeling you didn't. I really hope you did, but he didn't. I said, if you didn't send him, because you're wasting your time. Is if you're with somebody, you're wasting your time, you're wasting their time to allow that person that you're supposed to have come in. But I said, if it really wasn't you that sent him, then you need to send him away. And he sent him away almost immediately. So it was like, dang it. Anyway, but it's protection. He's protecting me. All right. Queen of Pentacles. We have the Queen of Pentacles here. We have the 8 of, oh my gosh. We have the 8 of Wands. I was going to say swords, excuse me. We have the Tower once again. So we have a verification. We have a confirmation that something is coming up to change. Definitely, we have that confirmation. And the 8 of Wands can be something either coming in quickly, very fast, changing very fast. Now, that's not a big deal, really. If something is going to change very fast, people are saying, oh, wow, it's too fast. It's too fast. Or it's too good to be true. It's too good to be true. Well, the divine works very fast. If it is what he has been waiting for to guide and move you in your path, it's fast. Just like when I had my business, I fought him. Finally, literally, I did one day. I literally said, he was like, I want you to buy this business. I want you to buy. I'm a freaking broke mom. I'm a single mom. I'm broke. How am I supposed to buy a business? I'm not buying this business because I was offered a business to buy, horse business. And I was just doing leather work at the time, just trying to make extra money, buy this business. I'm like, I can't buy this business. And it kept getting louder and louder and louder and louder. Now, when that voice gets louder and louder, you better pay attention to it. And finally, when it got so loud, I was so done with it. I said, fine. And you must think I look crazy because I'm sitting there yelling, fine. I've done that twice now to Divine. I yell, fine. And I'm like, if you're going to do this, then you're going to have to put all the resources, the money, the everything I need to do in bum, bum, bum. I was so mad. I was like, I don't want to do this. I don't want to sew. I don't want a horse business, blah, blah, blah. So I gave up, and I'm not telling you, within a week's time, boom, my business plan was already, it was free to get my business plan done. They did the business plan. I did the work, of course, but they okayed the business plan. Then they sent me to the lender. The lender thought I was nuts in what I was doing, but they followed my plan. The money was there, bought the business. I went from basically homeless to a business owner in 1 year. And that wasn't me. That was divine. And let me tell you, I've been doing it since, and I love it. Okay, but it did. It rocked my world. And things will work fast if it is divine, okay? So don't start going this way and thinking in the negative, thinking in the doubt. Somebody's doubting. What do they call it? Doubting Doty or something like that. Anyway, don't start doubting. Start looking at the positive. And Karen, you got to start looking at, all the things more higher vibrational. You got to look at that. Just say, you know what? No, my gut's going to keep me positive. My gut's going to keep me right. My gut's going to keep me moving forward. And I'm going to listen to that. And I'm going to listen to the high vibrational, because that low vibrational will want to come in. That doubt will want to come in. That negative person will want to come in. And you'll have friends like that. You need to get rid of them. Friends that are not supportive of you, the friends that are, you need to let them just sort of melt away, because that is your low vibrations keeping you stuck where you're going. You've got someplace to go. There's something new coming in. There is definitely, and you're going to be I think somebody's going to be sort of taken by surprise, because but something's got to go away. Whatever's holding you back, and it might be yourself holding you back, you gotta let it go. Let it go, and look at your foundation, your balance. Please keep a high integrity foundation, and keep your grounding really, really solid. Keep that on solid ground. Don't build that house on sand, or don't build whatever you're building on sand or quicksand, because then it goes away. Definitely. You don't want that. You want to build something solid that's going to last, or help you move forward to where your purpose or your calling is for right now, because purpose and calling can change. Boom, boom. Purpose, you could have several purposes. All right. Oh my God, we're at 30 minutes. Sorry guys, I've been going. The Divine's just got me loaded. I can't do all the downloads that he's telling me. Oh, yeah, you should try talking to your spirit. Good, 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 good. Yeah, don't forget to, silent, don't forget to thank. That's the big one. Thank Divine for giving you the spirit inside you. Thank him for allowing the spirit to come in you, because if that spirit isn't in there and you're not walking the walk, then you can't hear it. Okay. And when you start thanking more and more, you're going to have more little voices. You're going to have more intuition. Being an empath, I just exploded when I started thanking more and more. So don't forget to thank. Definitely don't forget to thank. All right. It's huge. Thanking, a lot of people want to ask, some people think, oh, Divine Santa Claus, kind of a thing. Well, if he doesn't give me what I want, well, then he's really not God. My daughter used to do that. Well, why did he have a lot? Because you got a lesson to learn. Well, why didn't I get? Because you got a lesson to learn. Well, because it's not the right time. Or maybe you need to mature a little bit more to understand it. It's crazy. And the really great thing, Silent, is you will know things before people even say it. That's being an empath, I think. But I'm unfortunately a strong empath, and that's why I'm probably still single. But you will know things before they say it or they do it. And you're like, man. And then it sort of like drives you nuts, because you're just sitting there like, oh, I already know what's going to say, and I already know what's going to happen. So you sort of, already know, but you never say it to them because they think you're nuts. It's sort of, the other thing too is, as an empath, I don't know why Divine has it. I'm going to go love right now, guys. I'm going to do love right now, because I know we're running late and I'm starting to be yappy. But I hope you enjoy the stories. But the first time, I think it was in 1991, 92, or 93, maybe 93. I had the premonition my brother was going to be killed. I didn't know how he was going to be killed. I didn't know what. I just knew he wasn't coming home. And then I started to and that happened. He was murdered in 1994. And then I started having the ability to feel auras. And I was in Florida, and I walked by somebody. And I was actually, it's in the paranormal video that I have, but he was terminally ill, and Divine says he's dying. I'm like, and that kept happening more and more. And I would look at it. I was terrified because this was all new to me. And I thought I was going nuts, which that's another story. And I'm not, because they even did psychological tests on me. They're like, you need to go see somebody of the psychic realm. I'm like, the what? It blew me away. But I thought I was calling myself the angel of death, because it was like I was coming around people that were dying. And I'm like, why are you giving me this gift of knowing this? Why? And Divine's like, I want you to walk beside their loved one. but I couldn't tell him what was going on. Oh yeah, your husband's dying. It's like, you can't do that. That's not what divine gives us our gifts for. All right. So I don't know why I shared that. I am getting some people. Please, please, please email me if you are having trouble, if you have gifts or you're scared or you don't know or whatever. I have people from all over the world emailing me and saying, hey, this is happening. Or, if you ask, how do you read tarot? You want to learn tarot, that kind of a thing. Or whatever it is, don't ever hesitate to not email me. I don't charge for that. I don't do any of this for money. So just email me. Okay, let's get you guys going because I know you want to go and do your day. So for love, now this could be love of a relationship as far as there's, again, I have another video about the loves. There's 8 levels of love. But this could be like maybe you're dating, maybe you're single, you're going to date. Maybe this is somebody that you are going to the next level. Maybe you're married. Maybe you're thinking about breaking up. I don't know. So this could be in that relationship. I don't feel like this is a real friendship relationship. I have a feeling somebody is at a different level here. Oh, we're just friends. And this person's thinking, no, I'm dating her, or him or whatever. So I think there's a different level because the number 5 is here. And so there's a little bit of kerfuffle there. And there's the Cosmos is your card for today. And that is about creativity and vastness. So this means that it can go a very long way. It can go very, very far. Or it can actually be kiboshed. So the vastness is all dependent upon you. Okay, so we have birth, rebirth, and the death. So I guess what the divine is asking in this situation is this the divine's interaction that came, a divine intervention, or is this you or the other person manipulating it to be in that relationship or friendship that wants to go to a relationship? Because those really deep questions here you want to ask. It's sort of like, oh, I'm really, I'm actually pretty content where I'm at single. But then you're seeing somebody and that person again thinks you're dating and you're like, nah, I'm pretty content being single. I like hanging out with you, that kind of a thing. But that person's really thinking about future and marriage and stuff like that. It's not going to work out. It's not, because that's not a divine intervention. Because again, you have to go get confirmation first from divine. Is this the person that I should be with? It's not, you're with somebody and it's like, okay, now is this the person that I'm supposed to be with? Okay. So you've got it backwards. Humans get this backwards. We have to ask divine, is this person I was supposed to? Because if you're with somebody and you picked them and divine didn't, and it's going to waste time and energy for a month, couple months, years, then when you break up, you've just wasted all that time. Ask divine first, get the confirmation. Tell them, hey, if this is not of you, then take them away or give me a sign that I need to let them go, because you don't want to waste your time. Same with the marriage. A lot of people are in the wrong marriage. They're in situationships and they got married and they shouldn't really even be married. So I don't know where that's going, but that's what the divine shares with me. Oh dear. So the other card is nothing will come of this situation. So some of you are actually in a earthbound relationship. This is where you have to go back to your grounding and your foundation and ask, what is it in a relationship I want? Was this divine intervened because you want that? Because then it's going to be a completely different love and that kind of a situation. And you really have to focus in on that. And some may have to end and some may not. This is I'm not giving advice. This is what you have to look at. But again, you have to go back to divine and confirm. I mean, I did it backwards. I, started talking to this guy. Then we met for lunch and great. Then I asked divine and then he took it away. And I have like 3 months I wasted because he really wasn't the person that was supposed to be there. So then you go back and focus in on yourself and divine again. So, but that's where that is. So you've got something coming, guys. Really pay attention to a couple of things. Pay attention to your standards and your boundaries. Keep your integrity high. Keep your morals high. Keep your values high. Okay? Because when you keep them high, and if you do meet some, you do not lower those. You actually stay there and bring them up. That is what's in relationships. We lift each other up. We carry each other, lift each other, support each other. You don't lower yourself. Okay. That's really huge. Because then if you do, you're lowering your grounding and foundation. Okay. I do have videos out there about your grounding and foundation. And that is really huge because a lot of us are still broken. And what I mean by is we're making our decisions and our choices incorrectly based off of how we were trained, brainwashed, whatever you want to call it. And there, this is probably why he did it again. So the beginning of the week on Monday, I uploaded a video called Decisions and Choices, Why We Make Poor Decisions and Choices. I didn't understand why he wanted me to put that up there. I'm like, why? Okay. So I put it up, and almost every reading had to do with decisions and choices. And that's the same thing with your grounding and your foundation. Go and watch that, because you will understand what I'm talking about, why we make the decisions, why we keep repeating bad habits and old patterns and cycles and things like that, and picking the wrong person. That is actually, we're doing it from our head rather than our spirit, kind of a thing. But go watch that, and that'll explain a lot for you guys in that interim. And I please comment on it. I would love the comments if you liked it, if you didn't like it, if you'd like to see more of it, that kind of a thing. I would love to see that. Okay, cool, silent. And if anybody has any questions, now would be a great time to ask that. Definitely. And as you can see, you guys, these are live. I love to do them live because this is what I love. I love the interaction. I love the questions. I love what's going on with you guys and how you're evolving or maturing in your spirit. I love it. Yeah, that's exactly what I'm trying to figure out. Did the divine send me to the relationship I'm in? So that's what I need to ask. If the divine did not. Okay, Karen, here's a thing that you can do. What you need to do in that relationship is just take a break. Take a 2-second break. Tell the person, say, hey, I need to think about a few things. I'm not going away or anything. Just step back for a little bit. Ask the divine and to get your confirmation, okay? And then, just say, I need to, sort of ask a few questions to God or whatever. And I'm not going anywhere. I just, I got to get some clarity on something, whatever you need to do. But step back from that person and then ask divine, I need to get confirmation from you. And then you sit and you wait and you listen. He will give you a sign. He will give you a confirmation. But you got to do it sort of backed away a little bit, because if you get around that person all the time, remember what I said, it might be somebody that is not supposed to be there, a wolf in sheep's clothing. And so that's something you just got to wait and listen. And not only that, ask your spirit, can you please help me, guide me to if this is the right person or not? Give me a sign. But be ready, because sometimes you'll get a sign that you do not like, but you got to follow it. You got to follow it, because even the person, I really like the person, but the thing was, I now see, we do talk occasionally, but I now see why the divine took him away. Very much anger problems, and they've got a lot of baggage carried with them. So be prepared, even if it's a sign or an answer that you don't like. Just understand that there is a thing that's happening that is going to show you later, that, because as an empath, people can't lie to me. Even if they lie to me that minute and I don't know, divine will give me a moment. It's like, oh man, dang it, they were lying. Dang it, but that will happen. Okay. So really pay attention to that, but you got to back away, hon, because this might not be your boo. This might not be your boo. So, and it may be, but you know what? You got to ask. Oh, wow, silent. Yeah, definitely. Yeah, you got to focus in on yourself and keep moving, because if it is the right person and the divine wants it back in, they'll bring it back in. And they'll bring that person back in. You're right, Silent. You have to focus in on yourself. And the thing is, the more that you focus in and you're by yourself, the more closer you become to divine. It is so hard to get close to divine when you're in a relationship, because now you've got to spend your time with that person. So you got to spend time with yourself, and then you got to try to spend time with divine. Divine wants your time, so it should be reversed. Spend time with divine, time with yourself, and then time. Because we're actually in relationships. That person should be fully and whole. I should be fully and whole. And all we should be to each other is dessert. Entree, entree, dessert. You're just adding the happiness. You're not being their happiness. Does that make sense? All right. Okay, Karen, you know what? You know the answer already. You know the answer already. Divine has given you that answer. Now you need to go in silence and listen and do that. Okay? So you got to go in silence. Everybody, whenever you have a question, Divine's already given you that answer. Sometimes you just don't want to listen to it. Again, that's that intuition and gut. It's like, oh, but I really, and then you're like, well, yeah, I've spent 4 years with them, and it's like, okay, yeah, you've invested this much time, but is it a good investment, or is it a poor investment? Or I should say, is it a wise investment, or one that maybe you shouldn't invest it in? I'll tell you right now, I invested in a relationship I really shouldn't have done, but I was a humanitarian at the time. This gentleman was from Africa, and I put all my energy and time into him. I went to Africa. I saw how poor it was. Oh my gosh. You guys, if you want to see a third world country. And you know what? He came over, but the thing was, this wasn't of divine. And I was asking divine all the time, but the problem was I didn't ask divine at first. But through the whole process, my gut was telling me. So what happened? So I was going through flying school at that time, becoming a pilot. And I got to the very end, and I was getting ready to get my license. And we needed money to bring him over. So what did I do? I stupidly brought him over and didn't go for my license. Lost my well, I didn't lose my license. I didn't have enough money to finish my flying license, and brought him over. And it was all of the low vibrational. And if you want to say the devil, it's that wolf in sheep's clothing. Let me tell you, totally wolf in sheep's clothing. But it's a lesson that I learned. And there are so many other things I could go into that. So many lessons supernaturally, and so many lessons worldly that I learned from that. And sadly, you know, you can't control other people, only yourself. All right. Oh, good. I'm glad, Silent. I'm really glad. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe, please. I appreciate it. For YouTube, a lot of it has to do with the likes. Don't forget to go to the choices and decisions video. Don't forget to watch that. Also, too, if you're wondering, you know, when you ask me, are they coming back? That one's out there. There's a lot of videos on there if you just look, or go to Get Balance 2020, which is down below. I think it's getbalance2020.com. If you Google it, it's on there, or YouTube it, it's on there as well. And you'll see my ugly mug on there, just like whatever. Anyway, so I hope this helped you guys. And Geminis, you got some good coming. Pay attention. You got some good stuff coming, but you got to pay attention, that insight there. We got to flip this the other way. All right, we got to do that. All right. I love you guys. You guys take care. Thank you for all that you guys are doing. I'm loving. Yeah. Let me know how it goes, guys. Let me know. I would love to know the outcome of your confirmations. Please, please email me or comment. Come back and comment on any Gemini or any sign. You can pop into any sign. I would love that. All right. Take care, and we will see you. Now, remember, these are live every week, so we will see you on the 19th again. All right. Take care, guys.